on, imagine you on premiere night, two-shot, you and Jason, you crying on the roller coaster, the crowd cheering.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 behind-the-scenes secrets and comedies that make the movie funnier.
I look like a nerdy hillbilly.
For this list, we're looking at real-life filming details that add to our overall enjoyment of the movie moments in question. Which of these gave you a good chuckle? And did you try to reenact our number 10 entry?
No, Kelly Clarkson!
Hope not. Tell us in the comments. Number 10. Steve Carell actually got his chest waxed. The 40-year-old virgin.
Oh, you!
Steve Carell outdid himself with this scene. One of the most hilarious and memorable of his career. Watching Andy get his mane of chest hair painfully removed is nothing short of comedic gold.
That one hurt. That one hurt just as much as the first one.
Carell's performance is absolutely masterful, because, of course, it was 100% real. The only person he has to blame for the anguish he experienced is himself, as he was the one who insisted they use his real chest hair. Director Judd Apatow shot the scene in one take using 5 cameras, so the reactions you see on screen are entirely genuine. It would appear that the old adage, great art comes from great pain, is legit.
You know what, guys? This is not a good look for me!
Number 9. Jeremy Renner broke both his arms during a stunt. Tag.
Feeling trapped, Jerry? No.
Nice.
Acting can be a tough gig, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Just ask Jeremy Renner, who broke both his arms while performing a stunt for the movie Tag. The stunt required Renner to fall with a stack of 20-foot-high chairs, ultimately landing safely on the ground. The problem? Renner fell, but the rigging failed.
And did you know it was bad? Like once
I knew I
happened?
gotta hit the ground that it wasn't good.
With their star seriously banged up, the production had to get creative. So they outfitted Renner with a pair of green screen sleeves to cover his casts and added a set of computer-generated arms in post-production.
Hoagie's attempts to face me failed because he lacks confidence.
So for part of the movie, Renner's arms aren't even his own. Number 8. 4 Murray brothers, 1 movie. Scrooged. Working with family can be a tricky endeavor, especially on a film.
You invite him to Christmas dinner every year, and every year he's too busy to come. And when are you going to learn?
Well, never. He's my brother.
However, when said family members have this many acting credits between them, it can definitely make the job more manageable. Such was the case for Bill Murray, who, along with his 3 brothers Brian Doyle Murray, Joel Murray, and John Murray, appeared in the 1988 Christmas comedy Scrooged.
But Daddy, I asked Santa for a choo-choo.
Well, then go out and get a job and buy a choo-choo.
In the film, Brian plays Bill's father in a flashback, John plays his brother, no surprise there, and Joel plays a guest at a party.
Look, I got a great brother. Look at this guy here. My brother James. Look how cute he was back then.
Now that's what we'd call a family affair. Number 7. Fake New York City. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Director Edgar Wright is known for cramming his highly stylized films with mountains of Easter eggs, inside jokes, and pop culture references. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is no exception, and features a great film industry gag that likely flew over the heads of most viewers.
So how'd you end up in Toronto?
Just needed to escape, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Got this job here, and Gideon had always said Toronto was one of the great cities, so...
Is Gideon your boyfriend?
The film, which takes place in Toronto, was actually shot there, making it somewhat of a rarity as many films shot in Toronto use it as a stand-in for New York City.
Oh man, this is gonna suck!
At least it'll give us something to complain about.
Wright references this fact during Scott's fight with Lucas Lee, having Scott fly through a fake New York City backdrop, only to reveal the city of Toronto on the other side.
Prepare. Prepare to feel the wrath of the League of Evil Exes.
Our hats go off to anyone who noticed this on their first viewing. Number 6. Fear of roller coasters. Knocked Up. Knocked Up opens with the ultimate dude montage. Seth Rogen and company smoke, stage boxing matches, have dance-offs, and ride roller coasters. The latter proved particularly difficult for actor Jay Baruchel, who is deathly afraid of roller coasters.
Mark my words, I'm not going on any roller coasters today. Not happening.
Before shooting began, he told director Judd Apatow he would appear nude in a later scene if he didn't have to go on the ride. Apatow initially agreed, but later reneged on his promise, forcing Baruchel to join his co-stars on the roller coaster.
Use it. Be proud of the fact that in the movie it's going to look so great that you're scared.
Something tells us Jay Baruchel didn't have to work very hard to achieve the look of pure terror he sports in the scene.
Honestly, I swear to God, I did start to cry. I started having like a major freak out, and I started like, my heart started pounding, and I could feel tears welling up in my eyes.
Number 5. The fake McDonald's scene was shot in a Wendy's. Coming to America. This film sees Eddie Murphy playing an African prince who travels to America in search of love. All told, he plays 4 different characters in the film, something he would continue to do for many years thereafter.
You must be out of your goddamn mind. Joe Louis, the greatest boxer ever lived. I'll be with you boys in a minute. He was bad in Cassius Clay. He bad in Sugar Ray. He bad in that. Who that? The new boy they got? Mike Tyson. Look like a bulldog. He bad at him too.
A running joke throughout the film is that Murphy's character works at a clear-cut McDonald's ripoff called McDowell's. Apparently, McDonald's didn't have a problem with the joke, but in the end, all of the McDowell scenes were shot inside of a Wendy's restaurant.
Look, me and the McDonald's people, we got this little misunderstanding. See, they're McDonald's. I'm McDowell's. They got the Golden Arches. Mine is the Golden Arcs.
The irony of passing off a disused Wendy's as a McDonald's copycat certainly makes Coming to America a heck of a lot funnier.
They use a sesame seed bun. My buns have no seeds.
Number 4. The spaghetti scene was shot twice. Elf. In this classic Christmas comedy, Will Ferrell plays an elf who travels to New York City in search of his father.
Excuse me. I'm here to see a Walter Hobbs. I'm Buddy the Elf.
The film goes to great lengths to demonstrate how little Buddy knows of the real world, with the scene in which he eats a disgusting mixture of spaghetti, maple syrup, and candy for breakfast, perfectly illustrating his fish out of water status. Turns out the concoction tasted just as gross as it looked. Will Ferrell was forced to shoot the scene twice after having thrown up on the first attempt. We said it before and we'll say it again, acting can be a tough gig. Number 3. Melissa McCarthy intentionally dressed like Guy Fieri. Bridesmaids.
Hey, not Air Marshal John. You want to get back in that restroom and not rest?
No, I have to get back to my seat.
Yeah, you got to get back on my seat.
While she'd been in the industry for years prior to its release, Bridesmaids was unquestionably Melissa McCarthy's breakout role. She even received an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. Pretty impressive for a character who dresses like Guy Fieri. In an interview with Conan O'Brien, McCarthy quipped that she modeled her character's appearance after the celebrity chef, going so far as to try and, quote, convince them to let me wear short white spiky hair. While this didn't come to fruition, you can spot McCarthy's character wearing the oversized short-sleeved dress shirts Fieri is known for, and copying his habit of wearing his sunglasses on the back of his head.
I know you look at me now and think, boy, she must have breezed through high school. Not the case, Annie. No, this was not easy going up and down the halls.
Number 2. Ed Helms has a fake tooth. The Hangover.
Hey, Phil, am I missing a tooth? I can't. Oh.
Waking up with a nasty hangover is never easy, but waking up with a nasty hangover and a missing tooth would be downright terrifying. Such was the case for Ed Helms' character in The Hangover, who awoke minus an incisor. Well, turns out no CGI was needed for this particular scene, as Ed Helms was actually born without that tooth.
I look like a nerdy hillbilly.
He received a dental implant in his teens and was able to remove it in order to shoot the scene in question. Who would have thought that the ability to remove a tooth on command would come in handy?
Why don't you just stop worrying for 1 minute? Be proud of yourself.
I don't know, Phil. Maybe it's because I'm missing a tooth.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Hugh Grant and Colin Firth's fight scene was improvised. Bridget Jones's Diary. This totally explains their lack of coordination. Mistakenly repeated line. Zoolander. Kudos to David Duchovny for rolling with this one.
But why male models?
You serious? I just told you that a moment ago.
Right.
The Catalina wine mixer is a real thing. Step Brothers. The film inspired the event, which has been going strong since 2015.
I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm ready to take on the Catalina wine mixer.
Ho, ho, slow down there, Speed Racer.
I know what it entails, and I'm ready to nail it. I want it, okay? I want the Catalina wine mixer.
The film inspired a toilet training tool for cats. Meet the Parents. We hope Mr. Jinx got royalties for that.
You won't believe it. He even taught him to use the potty.
Did? Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it?
What's so weird about it? Now we don't have to smell kitty litter all the time.
Every word was scripted. The Big Lebowski. Every man and dude was in the script.
Wait, let me explain something to you. I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude. So that's what you call me, you know? That or his dudeness or duder or, you know, El Duderino if you're not into the whole brevity thing.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Fokker is a real name. Meet the Fokkers.
What'd you do, fucker?
One of the funniest parts of Meet the Parents was Greg's unusual family name. So naturally, it was used as a major selling point for the sequel, even landing in the title. However, this proved more difficult than the filmmakers had anticipated. In order to use the name, the MPAA, the organization in charge of film ratings, requested that they prove Fokker was a real last name.
This one looks impressive. Mazel Tov, Gaylord M. Fokker, world's greatest nurse.
Well, it turns out Fokker is a real name shared by a number of families, primarily in Canada. To celebrate this fact, the studio decided to hold a Fokker family reunion contest, with 25 Fokkers receiving an all-expenses-paid trip to Universal Studios in Florida. Some Fokkers have all the luck.
L'chaim, everyone.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. Like you have popcorn stuck in the throat. It's a
Okay, to family.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.